It's time for the shop report with
Barbershop J.
What up, sports fans? Welcome to the Shop Report. I'm Barbershop Jay. I'll be your host for the day. Here's what's happening. Of course, we want to remind you the Shop Report is brought to you by Rocket Digital Media. It's the one-stop shop for all your digital marketing needs. You can look them up on Facebook at RDM Detroit. That's 1D, 2 E's, Detroit. Or you can slide on over to the website, rocketdigital.net. That's ROCKIT digital.net. Make sure when you're there, while you're there, you tell them the BSJ sent you. And for my folk out there in TV land, if you want to leave your questions or comments during today's program, by all means, please do so. We will throw it up on the screen. And y'all know what's coming next. If you're one of them folks that want to leave a question or comment that's indignant or ignorant in nature, it won't be seen on this screen. Matter of fact, here's what you'll get.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
All right. With that being said, joining me on the program today, unfortunately, his brother Richard has gone away. He's I just found out he's filming the new Training Day 2 and 3. Denzel has been replaced. So when brother Richard does get back, we'll have to talk to him about that. But in the meantime, my man from up north, Joey James, excuse me, I got some notifications that's coming through on the screen here. Joey James, aka Double J, tell the people what you say.
What a weekend. What a weekend. That's right. Oh, the guys up north, which don't worry, we'll take care of it for you.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, these folks also took care of business when a certain host of ours said, pack it in, same old, we've heard it all before, enough's enough.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my man Twin. I was getting ready to introduce me, dropped out the screen there, Twin. I hope I can get you back right quick. Yeah, but you got the other team you was talking about, obviously, was Ohio State, and I think he didn't like that, so he just left on out of here. But that's cool. In the meanwhile, until we get everybody else to come and join us, we got my man R.C. Stafford. Y'all know who he is. Ask the GM. And of course, last but not least, making his first appearance here on the Shop Report, I got to give him a shout out. My man T. Wynn from Today's Cut and Style. I don't know the address, but it's located on South Taylor in Cleveland Heights, Ohio, across from the Plaza, where they got Anytime Fitness and the terrible Chinese food. Don't go there ever. Oh, and the B&B is right next to it. And if you want to, you might have to wait in line for a couple of days just to get your driver's license. I'm just saying. With that being said, we start the shizzo. I want to give this first off. We start out with Double J. What are you doing? Stop messing with the controls, man. Stop messing with the buttons. Leave the buttons alone. Because every time I'm telling you, Twin, every time, let me see. Oh, there, no, where's DJ at?
Emotional damage.
Hey, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Leave the buttons alone, Double J.
Fair
Anywho, we're going to start the show off with a couple of shout outs. First off, I want to shout out the Browns. Yep, shout out to the Browns for finally winning the game since my grandpappy's Browns did so in 1964. You know what I'm trying to say? That was a nice catch by the Chief. I ain't going to lie. In Joku. You know, I went to training camp with Herm one year.
That was surprising.
Yeah, thank you. Would you tell him that was surprising? That don't usually happen.
Whoa, a guy from the U, and this is the respect you give him?
Listen,
No, I'm not giving him respect. Remember, he just dropped a big first down pass right before he caught that.
Thank you. To see that's why I'm glad he finally decided to come on here, because we got some realisticness.
What a surprise! The slander is real. You see this?
Twin, I'm telling you right now, it's a lot of Santa Claus and fantasy. You see, he's wearing an elf on his hat. You know what I'm saying? You believe in Christmas.
I love that elf on his hat.
Okay, well, it should have been a dog.
I'm a Browns fan, so I love that elf.
It should have been a dog on the field.
No, it should have been what it is.
No, it's not. Them shoes is curled up in front.
Please elaborate.
Shoes is curled up in the front. They curled up in the front. Ain't nobody got time for that. Anyway, and then again, I want to shout out to my man, Brother Rich, for replacing Denzel Washington in the new Training Day that's coming out soon to theaters near you. And if y'all didn't see it, I hope y'all saw Wakanda Forever, because Brother Rich will probably be in that too. Lord have mercy. The The man is everywhere. I'm trying to tell you, everywhere but here. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, our first item on the menu is question of the day. We'll let all our contestants. I'm getting somebody watching TV in the background there. Somebody I'm seeing. Did the Cavs win? Whoever's watching TV, did they win?
The Cavs are about 30.
Yeah, literally. I'm
Over who? The Washington Generals?
Over Philly.
With Embiid?
Yeah.
Okay, let me take a drink.
Yeah,
all right, let me sip on
take
something.
a step back and start to believe a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, got you. Anyway, why are there documents still being produced that require a signature, but cursive writing has been removed from school curriculums? Twin, you are new guest here. We'll let you respond first.
Well, I'm just not finding out about that, but
okay.
Maybe because everything signature wise is all digital now. Which it still don't make sense to me. You got to learn how to write.
That's what I said too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a whole lot of folks my age, and I'm in my 50s. I see them walking around with big crayons. I'm just telling you. I'm just letting you know. RC, what about you, man? Why you think folks? Why do you think they still got documents that say print and sign, but they not teaching cursive in schools no more?
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback on what Twin said. Like everything digital now. They really trying to eliminate everything for real. Like everything about to be technology based, like for real.
Exactly. They about to put chips in our hands. Whoever's TV that is, if you could you turn the volume down just a little bit for me there? I'd appreciate it. That sounds a little bit better. Double J, what say you?
I hate to be the one to wait a minute. First of all, you should have known better.
Why?
I was waiting. I didn't know if this was gonna get, like it was one of the topics that are gonna go away. But here's why. You can print your name in the signature box. It is not legally required to write in cursive. The only reason why that's the preferred variation is to prevent multiple variations for authenticity.
Okay, so if I print my name and you print my name, we got a problem. That's identity theft. That's identity theft.
It's harder to do that.
How hard is it to write the
I went through a circumstance more recently where it said electronic signature required, or it said signature required. The driver e-signed for me. It was supposed to be like, oh yeah. Now this was a third party, it was not the USPS.
Okay, well you should have took him to court. What do you mean? You're not signing for me.
Well, that's what I said. Who signed for for said package when and they said, well, because of the virus, they used that as
please. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. So,
there you go, world. You're going to have more than one problem with going digital because at that point it can be done by anyone.
Yeah, I'm getting who's somebody's TV. WJ, is that your TV? No,
not me.
I think. Yeah. Oh, Ricard, Mr. RC. Oh my gosh, I'm here to tell you. All right. Anyway, let's move along. What he said. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Don't ask me how to spell it, okay? Because I won't even try it. Says that an international starting five would beat a USA starting five. Here are the starting five that he listed, including himself, of course. At point guard, Luka Doncic. At shooting guard, Eric Fournier. Don't ask me how to spell that either. My grammar is not working. At small forward, of course, Giannis. At power forward, Joker. And at center, Embiid. Does anybody take a pick? Anybody who want to go first with this? Give me excuse me. Hold on. Let me slow down. Let me pump the brakes. Slow it down, Kimosabi J. Slow it down. Let me give you who he listed as the USA starting five. At point guard, Steph. At shooting guard, Clay, Clay is not a starter anymore. He is by default, but he's not. You look at him, he don't look like a starter no more. No. But he got Clay, Bron. At power forward, he got Durant. And at center, he got Bam Adebayo. Okay. Anybody want to go first and name your USA starting 5? Because I could come up with about 3 or 4 lineups. Okay, yeah, Rick, go ahead. Rick is the GM on the show, on the P program. I'm gonna go let him start first. Go ahead, Rick.
Let me see. I agree with you. I got a few lineups, but like my first one I'll put out there, I'll put Kyrie. I'll have a backcourt of Kyrie and Steph.
Hang on. Can I make a request? Can we put,
you got
as they say in the
cents?
real estate world, put your final and best. What is the one? And again, that's why I preferred you go first.
So
my best one.
We only get to pick one?
All right.
Okay.
My best, I'm gonna put my backcourt Kyrie and Steph. I'm gonna have Bron. I'm gonna have KD. He got Giannis picked Embiid, right? You said Giannis picked Embiid. I mean, you gotta go Bam. Like, we don't got no centers for real. Unless
what about Christian Wood?
He ain't gonna make that squad. He's not gonna make that squad.
I'm just asking.
That's where we're at now.
I
The guys didn't even really cut it on the Pistons.
Who did you say? Who did you say?
I said Christian Wood.
He ain't gonna make the squad.
What about Cat? You wouldn't. What about Cat?
He's soft. I ain't starting him. He coming off the bench.
Okay. All right. So Bam would be the only one that we could pick.
I mean, that's who I'm picking. Like, you can come off the bench with like probably, because I remember before the last one, they struggled to win. Like the one in Rio, I think it was, who was the big man's Boogie and DeAndre Jordan. I believe that was on that Rio team.
Yeah.
So I mean, because to be honest with you, you only need nowadays on the big man side, you really only need them to rebound and defend on that Olympic side. As long as they can rebound and defend, maybe occasionally knock down a little 15-footer here and there, because the wing player is going to be the scorers on that squad. But like behind Coach K philosophy was everybody got to have a specific role on the USA team. So that's why I went with who I went with.
Okay. Twin, what about you? You come up with a 5?
It's tough because the point guard position, Kyrie really not a point guard. He's just in a point guard's body.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take Kyrie, Steph, LeBron, KD, and I'm gonna take Jared Allen.
I had him on the list too.
Okay.
Y'all can't see it, but I had him on the list too.
I mean, you don't need scoring from him. All you need is defense and rebounding.
Yep.
Can I ask you guys why Anthony Davis was overlooked?
No, I got Anthony Davis.
Overrated.
Okay.
Yeah, but my bad. Take injuries out.
I'm talking about overrated, period. Before he got to LA, he didn't lead New Orleans nowhere.
He didn't either.
No, nowhere. They didn't do nothing.
And you can't lie and say he ain't had no help, because before he got traded, he had a squad where Randall and True Holiday was there with him. They all three averaged over 20. The year they went to the playoffs, he had his numbers, but he wasn't the leader there. It was Boogie, and a healthy Boogie, I should say, and Rondo was there too. Yep. And he ain't dominated against Golden State like he should have dominated against Golden State.
He made the top 75, and he shouldn't have. He's overrated.
Can you miss that show? We did
where's TJ?
Somehow,
where's TJ at? Paige and TJ.
Double J.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, Twin. You sound like me. See, I told y'all this is today's cutting style. This is how we get down over there. It's been 38 years in the making, baby, since 1994. That's when I walked in the door and all broke loose. Okay, I'm just saying.
Oh, hell no.
Anywho, Double J, well, who are your starting 5?
I'm going international.
Don't say the Harlem Globetrotters either. That's off limits. Because I seen him getting ready to say that.
I'm going Doncic, Gilgeous Alexander.
No, we said a USA starting 5.
What?
Yeah,
but
I'm picking an all-world team.
But he picking an all-world team, so I guess it makes sense for him to pick who he was gonna put.
No. You cheating.
What do you mean I'm cheating?
No, I put it.
What is this? What?
No, you're cheating. See,
what is this?
Paige and Mrs. Alva. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what happens when you drink the Lucia before you come on the show. No, No. Giannis said an international starting five. We're picking USA starting five to go against his five. That's what we're doing. I'll put it in the thread. Don't cheat.
No,
see, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking
that
about.
wasn't how that was explained. Oh,
yeah, boo. Paige, boo. Paige and Mrs. Alba. Boo, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. The clock is ticking. Absolutely, it is.
Interesting.
See, I said
I'm gonna go Kyrie. Then, I want as 2. That is going to be interesting because Kyrie, Steph, then LeBron, or actually KD, LeBron, AD.
Okay. Give me Ja, Bradley Beal.
I like this.
This your bench?
No, this ain't my bench. No. You get a bunch for that, man. You get a bunch for that, man. You don't come on here. You don't come on here doing that, man. What you mean? What you mean? That was disrespectful. You can't. No, you got to be 5 shows in to be disrespecting, man. You can't do that right out the gate.
You said I'm cool with Ja Morant, but you said Bradley Beal. He's
Give me
be
Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal at the 2. What are you saying?
Over who?
I mean, like he'd be messed up against Fournier. So
thank you.
I guess he can beat him.
You could pick Brownie the Elf against Fournier.
That's true though. Yeah.
Who you got? Who else you got? Let me hear the rest of your 5.
Give me Ja. Give me
you don't
Ja.
even want to say it no more.
Bradley Beal. I want Zion at my 4.
You got Tobias Harris at your 3.
I got Kevin Durant at my 3, and I got Bam at my 5. You came on here being disrespectful, man. It's your first time. Newcomers, you don't get no 10% discount on here. You can't come on here being disrespectful like that.
I'm shocked by I'm sorry. I was shocked by what I heard.
What you mean? What you mean? We'll get them to. I tell you what. I think
y'all will lose.
Rick, who asked you to help out? Who asked you for your help?
Y'all gonna get blown out. Actually,
I think y'all will lose.
Are you serious?
That's a janky lineup, bro.
I want Brandon Ingram.
That's
first
similar
man off
to
the bench.
That's similar to like that what just happened when they were struggling. Like you had KD and a bunch of kids out there. Like I don't know that. I agree with Twin. They should be. They should be
second time
to come off the bench.
And see, I took out the my buddy button, but I see him. I have to put it back. Okay, yeah. Wherever I go, he go, and y'all go. Okay, I got you. No, actually, I want Kawhi at my 3. But anywho, here's a suggestion though. Rick, remember I said to you the other day when I said holla at Rich? Yeah. Whoever the leading vote getters are, like let's say Giannis for the All-Star game. Let's say Giannis is the leading vote getter, okay, for that side, and Brian is the leading vote getter on the other side. They need to holler at each other, man. Giannis to pick.
That'd be a nice concept.
Yep, tell Giannis to pick all internet. Oh, here you go, right here, my man. This is my man TJ.
Yes. Oh, just in time. You got to hear this lineup.
Let's go.
TJ, we got a newcomer, for a first timer to the P program today. It's my cat Twin from the barbershop. Today's cutting style. This is TJ.
Twin, what's up? How you doing? How you feeling, man?
Good.
Cut his hair.
Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, for real. This is my cat.
I didn't see you up there, baby blue headphones.
Yeah, this is my cat Knuckles McForehead right here, baby. It's all right. It's all good. Back up a little bit. We want to see you. Okay, yeah, that's back. There you go. Now we can see Ollie. We're gonna give him his little intro right quick. I don't know why. Yeah. Yeah. Speaker for the King. I don't know. Anywho, TJ, we doing the Giannis International starting 5. Did you hear who his starting 5 was?
Let me hear it.
He said Luka at point guard, Fournier at shooting guard. Obviously is he said Fournier.
Exactly.
Fournier.
That's what he's. This is Luka.
know.
I mean, this is Giannis. Giannis said Fournier as shooting guard, him at small forward, Joker at power forward, and Embiid at center. Now, give me a USA 5 that could beat his 5. Or
I'm
give
gonna
his 5.
I'm gonna give you a European 5. I mean, not your international 5. That's better than that. I can give you
You
2.
see that? I tried, and he shut me down.
No. Give me a USA 5. We had this conversation.
No, bro. I told you. No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, see, I told you didn't say it that way.
You can't come on here. You can't come on here doing that. We picking the USA 5, man. I picked 3.
Whoa. We just had an hour-long discussion about the international 5 being better.
What are you talking about? You can't pick a 5 that will get. I told you, Joker and Luka will be in foul trouble. So you're gonna need a busy inch.
Huh,
Helen? Don't come on here starting that.
No, bro. He's trying to make me and my boy Double J pick a American 5. No, I'm not doing it.
Pick a US. It ain't Team International against Team International. This is
no. I was in agreement with Luka until he said Fournier. It would be either Wiggins. It'd be Wiggins or Siakam.
No. Put Shea. Put Shea.
Yeah.
Put Shea.
Yeah.
Put Shea.
Team Shea.
Okay. Since Team Buddy want to change the rules in the middle of the street, you know what I'm saying? That's like going in reverse right down there on 480. You can't do that.
No, he didn't. I'm telling you.
You didn't tell us this.
I did.
Man.
Hey, and then he came out here talking about Bradley Beal.
He said your Metamucil.
Go get your Metamucil, man.
This is the disrespect, twin. This is the disrespect I deal with on a weekly basis. This is it right here. And I work with Knuckles McForehead. Can we see all of you, man? We don't want to see your forehead, man. It's shining. Thank you, man.
I'm holding the phone, bro. I can't hold.
Okay, well, hold the phone so we can see. You know what I'm saying? You holding the phone just to about right there.
Pause.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, everybody just. Oh, Claude, have mercy.
So pause that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Okay, man. Do your starting 5 then, and then let Double J do his, and then we'll let everybody just do their starting 5. You might as well pick Nipsey Hussle.
He had it right. If I just replaced him with Siakam, Fournier with Siakam.
So who gonna be your 2 guard?
That's who my 2 guard.
Siakam at the 2?
Yes, sir. That mid-range crazy. I don't need him to shoot threes. I just need him at 2 for defense. My 5 is solidified.
No, it's not. It's out of place.
Yeah, it's out of place.
You can't make me place where you want me to place. Tell him.
I'm just saying.
TJ, couldn't you move Giannis to the 2, or even Luka to the 2,
Absolutely
and grab Giannis at the point?
Twin, would you move Giannis? Do you think Giannis could play the 2?
Giannis can play any position.
His offense, his jumper ain't really still. It ain't right there to play no 2.
He just gonna go to the hole.
What jumpers got to do with it? You ain't got to have a jumper. You could just be a defensive.
If you're playing the 2, if you're playing the 2, it's a shooting guard, man.
Giannis is 1 through 5, man.
So wait, y'all telling me right now, even though
I ain't gonna lie though. I ain't gonna lie though. I don't remember a international team winning it all like without no shooting. There's no spacing in with that roster. Like you're gonna need at least one spacer.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That's what Luka Doncic could be. He'll space,
but he gonna have the ball.
First of all, you never seen an international this good.
First of all, here we go. You never seen Drazen Petrovic.
Shoot, they kick. Well, you talk about individual international or a whole team?
A whole team, bro.
Shoot, they kicked our butts in 06, in 04.
Thank you. So, I mean, what you talking about, Knuckles?
You saying the 06 team would beat this team?
Okay, I'll tell you what then. Okay, I'll tell you what.
06 what?
Pick a
yes, they will. If LeBron don't he do what he supposed to do. Because that's the only reason that's the only reason they lost in 2006. Melo did his part. LeBron ain't do his part in 06.
Here you go.
He did. Go look at the stats.
Hey,
Double J.
Hey, I know. I'm staying out of this.
Yeah, no, don't stay. No, don't try to don't fall to the back now. Twin, this is what we do. This is what happened here every week.
Go back to that 2016, dog. Like, all Melo needed was LeBron. Them two would have won. Like, LeBron dropped the ball. That's one of the one things they forget in his losses. He ain't do his job in 06 too on that FIBA team, man.
No, that's all y'all get is his losses.
No, I'm saying no. We talk about FIBA, though. We talk about the team you asked with the 2016 beat. I said yes because LeBron is in his prime. He young, Melo young, Wade young. Like, them were the cream of the crop. Them the cream of the crop right there.
I don't bring that team into it. They lost back then.
You just said it, fool.
How they gonna win now? They lost back then.
You just said you ain't never seen it. This is what I'm talking about, twin. Is he moving the goalpost?
Get out of here, Patrick Bledsoe.
That's what I'm trying to say, man. You always be talking about don't move the. You always talking about moving the goalpost. Who is that over there? Who is that over there? Who is that?
That's Ray.
What's up, Ray?
That's young Ray from the Magnolia.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, okay. So pick a USA 4 and then add one international player.
What?
Give me my USA 4 and I add an international player, Oscar Schmidt.
I can't deal with this, man. I can't deal with this.
So,
man.
Twin, you know who Oscar Schmidt is, don't you?
Hell no.
Well, you ain't supposed to. Really? You're not supposed to.
Hey, I heard of him, but I think he overrated.
Who he played?
I heard of him. I heard of him, but I think he overrated.
No. Y'all got to. No, Oscar Schmidt was no. Absolutely
he ain't better than Sabonis. He ain't better than.
Yeah,
OG
he was.
Sabonis.
Yes, he was.
No.
Yes, he was.
No way.
Hey,
Sabonis is good. I don't know what he talking about.
No way.
Okay.
Arvidas.
Oscar Schmidt was better than Arvidas.
The USA
played for the Brazilian team back in the day, twin. In the mid-'80s.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. But he wasn't better than Sabonis.
Yeah, he was better than Sabonis.
Sabonis did it all. Sabonis was the man back then.
Dude, can you imagine? Can you imagine if he would have came over to the Blazers early when he still had knees?
Right. I don't take nothing from Sabonis.
And he still came, I believe I was young still though, but I believe his first year he finished second in rookie, right? He finished second in rookie, right?
Yeah. Okay, well, TJ, name your starting five.
Yeah, little TJ.
Name your starting five, period. Because you always do this. This is what you do. This is what you do, man. Now we've been in the
for the start. All right, I'll give you. All right, I'm gonna give you a USA team that could be comparable to them. All right.
Okay, I got to hear this.
All right, here we go.
All right, we got KD. I got Ja Morant starting.
Now, when I said that, it was ridiculous. But go ahead.
No, that's not what you said.
I got.
Okay.
You want me to finish your five?
No, thank you. We don't need your help.
Please tell me.
We don't need your help.
He said Ja Morant, then he said Bradley Beal.
You lost.
I asked, was he picking his bench?
Finish going. Who else he said?
I said, okay, just finish.
He said Tobias Harris.
Tobias Harris?
No, I didn't say that.
I didn't say that. I'll see y'all later.
I didn't say that. I didn't say Tobias Harris. I did not say Tobias Harris. This is TJ. They must have been talking to you before the show because this is the type of stuff you do.
My God. I like this guy. If he telling the truth or lie, but
without raising your hand. This is the type of stuff you do. Oh, hold on. We got Gully. Oh, we got one more. Gully, is that you?
Yes, sir. In the flesh.
Oh,
I got 1 minute.
Wait till you hear.
Okay. All right. My man Twin got 1 minute. You know what? Hey, Gully, hold on. Before y'all go any further, we're gonna take a 40-second commercial break. We'll be right back. Don't touch that dial.
It's Kate Cunningham. You watching the Shop Report?
It's Chris Murray, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Touch that dial. Stay tuned.
Max and Key, you're dropping in on the Shop Report.
Hi, I'm Mars Man. We're from Mercury Stadium, and you're watching the Shock Report.
Hey, I'm Billy Butler, and thank you for watching the Shop Report. Hey guys, I'm Les Norman, former Kansas City Royal, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Barbershop Jay, Quentin Hines, Super Bowl champion. I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm on.
Commander Brown, Detroit Rivers Mountain Training, and I'm watching the Shop Report.
Shout out to my man T Win from Today's Cutting Style, one of the barbers at Today's Cutting Style in Cedar and South Taylor that joined us for the first time ever on the P-Rogram. He had to dip out. All right, Twin, I'll catch up with you.
Hey, he the realest. Hey, he the realest guest you ever had on here. He kept you in your place. Bring him back every week.
Yep.
You know what? This is the disrespect. Gully, we on what Giannis's international starting five, okay? Of course, Knuckles McForehead and his buddy, Double J Foster Scott, what's his name, Donaghy. They're gonna try to switch up and move. We got RC Stafford, my man, Ask the GM from Ask the GM on here too. They're gonna try to switch everything up on here. Okay, let me read to you what Giannis's starting five was, and I want you to give me a USA starting five.
Hey, what that RC stand for? Red Cafe. What's going on, bro?
Oh, but you can get a button for that? Yeah, you'll get a button for that.
Oh, hell no.
And matter of fact, you get another one just because.
Yeah.
That's what that sounded like.
Yeah, Mateen Cleaves.
Your buttons.
How about you be quiet, Mateen Cleaves?
Yeah, because you
womp,
sure do.
womp.
Yeah, and you do that pretty good, man. You should be the sound engineer for Depends. Anyway, Gully. Giannis is starting five. Stay out of my business. Giannis is starting five. He got Luka at point guard, Fournier as shooting guard. Of course, himself at what? Where he go? Oh my gosh! You thought you were looking in the mirror.
His brim hit the camera, and he had to get out.
Wow! Yeah. Okay.
Speaking
there
for
you go.
billionaire LeBron.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. He got him back. He got.
Okay. Turn your hat backwards, D Gully. We don't need you leaving out no more.
He got Giannis obviously got himself. He got Joker at power forward and Embiid at center.
That's a nice squad.
Yeah, it is. Can you name a USA five that's comparable to or that could beat them? Because everybody go ahead.
My trouble is at the point guard. My trouble is at the point guard position. But let me go in a traditional sense, 5-1. My 5 is AD. My 4 is LeBron. My 3 is KD. My 2. Now we talking about who's ready. Like we talking about players who's ready today, right? We're not doing no hypotheticals, right?
No.
Okay, all right, cool. Because hypothetically, I would put Kawhi at the 2, but we're not doing that because he's not playing. So at my 2 right now,
no injuries are involved. You can do
no injuries.
So hypothetically, here.
Yep.
AD at the 5, LeBron at the 4, KD at the 3, Kawhi at the 2, and Kyrie at the 1.
Easy money.
I would not have Kyrie at the 1. I'm sorry.
Now him in that Rio game.
You got a point though, because see, my I was back and forth between Kyrie or Steph.
Yeah, but Steph would be an easy pick right now for that team. Yeah.
Okay,
I have both of them starting on mine.
Okay, but listen. Okay, let me throw out to what Giannis said for the USA starting 5, the ones he named. He said Steph, Clay, Bron, Durant, and Bam, and he said we beat them easy.
Bam.
Yeah, your cousin.
Hold on. Who said? Hold on.
That's what Giannis said.
Man, first of all, Bam ain't making the team. No way. He might come.
He was just a starting center in the last Olympic team. So how is he not going to make the team?
Oh, we saying of the actual people who actually in it.
No, just saying like the best available. You know what I'm saying?
No, right. But we making the teams though, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Bam ain't making the cut. Not for starting. Not the start.
Well, who else would you have at the 5?
But that's the thing. Neither is Evan Fournier.
Karl Anthony Towns.
I can't believe that.
Bam not starting, bro.
You said Karl Anthony Towns was soft.
I didn't. Y'all said that.
You just said that.
I'm on record for that. Yeah.
Listen,
I'll own that.
But he's gifted. He will be starting. I'm sorry. I don't want Bam.
He would be starting over AD?
No. I'm just saying AD would be a power forward. I'm talking about over Bam. I got people that's coming in before Bam.
Okay. Gully, that's a nice lineup. TJ, name your USA lineup then. Since you interchanging folks.
Okay.
Because he just came up with a 5 right there. It's possible is my point. I put it in the thread.
Okay, whatever. Who reads your threads? You barely.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, got you. All righty then.
Hey, when I come on this show, it'd be freestyle.
That's the first letter in the alphabet. That's the first letter in the alphabet.
I'm about to freestyle you on my 5 right now.
Then hurry up. We've been waiting since income tax.
Gully, you still with us?
I wasn't gonna do this, but I'm telling.
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm connecting some things, making sure that I don't bring down the city. You know what I mean?
Okay, got you. Go ahead.
I wasn't gonna do this, Ricardo, but I'm gonna tell these people, yo, he got a toupee on. That's not his real hair.
You wish.
Show it. Pull it.
Man, you keep saying
you got a toupee.
Now that's a helmet. No. That's a retractable helmet. It's SoFi Stadium. Actually, it's the stadium that the Raiders play in.
All right, watch this. Let's do a hair check. It's on you, Barbershop Jay.
Well, listen. And Gorilla Glue do work. Okay.
Let me give y'all my third 5. Let me give y'all my
would
third
you please?
5.
Thank you.
But Bradley Beal ain't in it. Thank you.
Rick,
Steph,
don't help him. Don't help him.
It would be Steph, Brian, right? KD.
Brian at the what? The 2?
KD would be playing probably. KD might be KD might. I might have KD at the 2, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay,
yeah, I might have him at 2 because I'm gonna have Brian at 3.
Then that's where the win coming from because he killing Fournier.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we could, it's this interchange. Like we could do anything. Like,
well, I would prefer to say what can beat Gully's lineup because Gully's got a better, more complete, competitive lineup than what Giannis listed.
Yeah, Giannis lineup is trash.
Okay.
hey, Giannis must listen to the shop report and frame arguments so that way it looked like he could win.
Oh wow, yeah. Look, he's stupefied. Look at his face. Look at his face right there. He only what? Yeah, he had to put pan back, not forward. There you go, pan. There you go.
He's gonna name players that fit what he thinks could beat. It's like it's weird. Like he named the pseudo Euro.
He asked me to beat the international team. Did he not? Didn't you ask me that?
Okay, well, beat the international team. I still ain't seen you do it yet. Go ahead.
Okay, I said Steph, KD at the 2, Brian at the 3. I may put Zion at the 4 and AD. There we go. Let's go rumble.
Nah.
No shooting on both teams.
Nah.
No, actually, we got shooting. I got KD and Steph. I'm tripping.
Yeah, you are.
Are you surprised, RC? You surprised that he tripping?
Nope.
He do this all day, every day at the job RC site.
Buford.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Gully named his 5. My man Knuckles named his 5. RC named his 5. Double J named his 5, and I guess my 5. High 5? No. Gully.
Hey, that was a great group in the 90s, though. High 5.
Oh, yeah,
wasn't it?
TJ was the lead member.
Yeah, well, that's why he at the post office now. He got like, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. He got kicked out the car while he was been in the corner, rolled up on the curb.
Man. I bet you be at home pushing your buttons to go to sleep. Anyway, we gonna talk about them girls showing up to Watson's game.
What?
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
No, hold on. We got some breaking news. Enlighten us.
It ain't breaking news now. It's come. Yeah. You ain't know that.
Obviously, I didn't fill us in. I said enlighten us.
Double J, you ain't know?
No.
I said it this morning.
Whoa, y'all tripping. I thought y'all knew about it. Anyway.
I did.
Yeah, fill us in.
The attorney is bringing them women to Watson's game. They're going to have a suite.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Well, this is paid for by him. Why not?
No? Hold on. One at a time. Who want to speak first?
But Well, my problem is, since I broke the news, I'll be Stephen A. Smith for a second.
Like Naysayer, but go ahead.
Y'all got the same lineup, so I can see that.
Don't get froze face now, baby. I got back
my
up
screen
today.
started lagging because that joke was tired. But if they was claiming that he scared them so much, why is they showing up to that game?
Intimidation at its finest.
Yeah,
I thought y'all were scared of him.
Gully, go ahead. You gonna say something?
Oh no, I actually was gonna answer TJ's question. I would say from the sense of, all right, I'm gonna try to remove all bias I have because I've made an opinion about what I think happened. All right, but trying to take a step back, a third person perspective. You know, if something like when something like this happens, you know what I mean? People coming together to stand together, you know, survivors of certain things, you know, even such as this, standing together to face it, you know what I mean? That's why I can understand it. No, I understand, Double J. I'm not saying that in this. I'm saying I'm trying to remove all bias. I'm saying from a third person, you know, from a third party perspective. We've seen this.
You know what? They want the limelight. Okay.
No. But what I'm saying is,
bad look.
He said from a third party.
No. What I'm saying is, because TJ asked, you know, why this would happen. I'm thinking like there have been other instances where people victimized by something and afraid in silence.
Abuser in the face. If that was true, so this is spitting on the face of people that have really been abused, not someone who got paid extra for a happy ending. And that further proves that point based on this nonsense move. It's a lawyer that wants to be in the limelight. It's victims that aren't victims that want to be in the limelight. They got paid. They should stay that bleep away from.
They didn't want their names revealed or nothing, right?
Yeah, come on, man. And they're gonna be all over IG trying to watch what. And guess what? I hope he balls on. I hope he steamrolls that team.
It's gonna be so crazy, man.
And then I would do a gesture or something. I would get ugly with it.
That's what I'm about to say, Double J.
I'm too ignorant. I would get real ignorant with it.
Him, and he hit him with the LL.
No, absolutely not. If I'm Deshaun Watson, I'm definitely taking out a lot of my frustration on the field. I'm taking, because we got to remember before the character assassination,
I hope
there was
a last minute scratch.
Really?
I hope he I hope he I hope he be like, ow. What's wrong?
Yeah, but does that let them win though?
Man,
no,
do you know if he decided to not play in that game? Do you know what that's gonna mean?
I feel like that can be manipulated.
That would be
manipulated.
That's pie in the face to the folks with the facade.
Now wait a minute, hang on. Somebody,
I disagree. I disagree, Barbershop. In this instance, because I tell you this. If the lawyer wasn't bringing the accused there for Deshaun Watson to miss that game, I would say that would make a lot of sense. But we're talking about the court of public opinion to not playing that game, knowing that they're going to be there. It was sort of laying public opinion to thinking, no, yeah, he is afraid. He is shameful. He is ashamed, whether he is or not. But he'd still have to deal with that. It would linger longer. I would say, get on the field, do what you're going to do, what you're capable of, and do a double time against the Texans for everything that they've done, assassinating your character after they took the franchise out from under you after you promised you something, and then just move on. I would say nothing about it. I wouldn't even offer a comment about them being there when they asked me in the pregame or the postgame. I would act as if they're not even there.
But at the end of the day, I'm with TJ on this one, believe it or not. Why are y'all, like he said, they felt so victimized and so whatever, any other adjective you want to use? Why are y'all coming to the game? For what?
Right. This isn't.
That's a bad look on their part, to tell you the truth.
This isn't Michael Vick with, having PETA show up after they didn't bring the animals. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people supposedly, again, by way of testimony. So these are sworn oaths that are saying they were traumatized. that does not coincide
with showing up to his game.
Absolutely.
In a suite. Yeah.
That is quite the contrary.
And I wonder what the narrative is going to be. I wonder what the narrative is going to be from the national media standpoint.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Rick. What you say?
I think you know what the media is gonna do. They've been doing it this whole situation. It goes hand in hand with the lawyer is neighbors with the Texas owner.
Of course. But I wonder if they're gonna ask the question, like, why go to the game?
But better yet, why is the league allowing it? And this kind of goes side by side with where their allegiance really is. As I'm glad RC brought that up because I forgot that key detail. But it goes to show.
It was TJ actually, I think.
I'm talking about that the lawyer is neighbors with the Texas owner.
Yeah.
Because that's really how all this started. And we had a lot of suspicions about that ownership. And
the prisoners can't run the prison.
Yeah,
that's when he wanted out. You know how it started, man.
Yeah, and they pulled that card. But I didn't know that, man. I didn't know they was coming to the game.
I'm gonna tell you this: when I was at the game in Detroit, Watson wasn't even there, and the Bills crowd was saying everything under the sun that had to do with massages. And dude wasn't even there. Oh yeah. I tried to tell RB. RB gonna try to tell me they ain't talking about Deshaun Watson no more. I said, man, you crazy. That ain't going nowhere for a while. Yeah, for a while.
I mean, it got to go somewhere, right? Because the owner who got caught with his, what in his hand, he disappeared.
You talking about Kraft?
Yeah.
Yeah, Robert. Oh, yeah, that story. Yeah. Come on now.
Yeah, that video of him making some mac and cheese sound. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what they call that, mac and cheese. Oh, we got to come.
I just don't like that they trying to stand together and band together and act like, oh, we're victims, but we're not gonna be scared. We're not gonna. Man, y'all got paid. Y'all mad that y'all only got $40,000 a piece. Now y'all trying to get paid by the NFL so they can say, hey, if y'all don't show up at our games no more, we're gonna give y'all this amount of money. All right.
Shout out to Miss Alba. She ran in. She said Double J is not wrong. That's who she's referring to. And she said he is not wrong. Before we even walked in, they were shouting about it. I'm not surprised. I am not at all surprised. To me, man, the stance that they took initially when this, the 6 games and then the 11th games and all of this, like what he did was so wrong, and all of the talking heads that came out after the fact saying what they were saying, and I'm talking about some folks even had spittle coming out their mouth. Now all of a sudden you bringing them to the game.
Listen, this is my problem, right?
Come on, bro.
First of all, they're acting like he raped 25 women, and we already went to 2 different judges before the judge,
grand juries,
right, criminal court. And they said he did nothing criminal. So people just need to let this go, man. He was doing a-hole. He was being an a-hole. And that's basically what he was doing if he did anything. Mm-hmm. And I feel like
I did some math on this a while ago. 66 divided by 17 is 3.88. For the sake of rounding, because we're talking about instances, we round that up to 4. If you think about that, over 17 months, 4 times a month, there were instances of Mr. Watson seeing a massage therapist. How often does anyone usually see their therapist? Once a week?
Yeah.
So
hang on. Say that again.
I say more than that for football.
Divided by 17 is 3.88. When I say 17, it's the 17 months. So 66 times in 17 months, he was he had seen a massage therapist.
So what did that average?
3.88
times a week or a month?
No. So if you take 3.88, you round it up to 4.
Yeah,
that means 4 times a month he saw a massage therapist.
And I'm going to tell you this right now: for having best friend, arguably brothers in the league itself. Tell you right now that the massage therapist did come to the house at least once a week, at least. So that actually, I'm a little surprised. That number's either average.
High.
Yeah, that's not high at all.
Low average.
Which means they really didn't do their homework with this.
No. It's not high at all. But no, I'm sorry, not to cut you off, Double J. It's not high at all. But remember, I broke it down for you. That is not how it was ever written. When you saw it on ESPN, when you saw it on Fox, anytime you saw the number, you saw 66 and 17 and look no further. Like 66 times.
The high number is the number of different therapists. That's the high number, right?
All right, cool.
It's 26 of them or something like that now. So that is a high, extremely high number over a less than 2 year span. Like, even if you didn't like 5 of the therapists, you still got 20 more therapists, bro. That's what they talking about.
Yeah, and allegedly it was another lady that came out not even 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. So
well,
that's the high.
The last one that's still there, right?
I guess.
She's still holding out. I think she is the original one, though.
Oh, well, at the end of the day, man, them coming to the game, man, the optics looked bass awkward. Make the NFL look
terrible
real.
For them.
It's like it's maybe this is a bad analogy, but I'm gonna toss it out here. And if it is, y'all can tell me whatever button to hit, and I will. But at the end of the day, if I do something criminal to you, but then turn around and invite you to a party, you know what I'm trying to say? I bludgeon you, not to death, obviously, but I beat you with a sharp object or a blunt object or whatever it is, put you in the hospital, the whole nine. Then I invite you, man, come on, come on, you can come to the party.
No, actually, somebody else invites you and you go to my party.
Okay, yeah, there you go. I mean, it don't look right. It don't make no sense, man.
I personally said his first game should be a home game to get it out of the way. I mean, Houston's going to be all over him anyway.
Yeah, it's a money thing, Double J. It's a money thing.
That's why they only gave him 11. That's why the suspension was only 11 games.
Because I see what you're saying, Double J. That's really a coincidence. His first game gonna be on the road in Houston when all this supposedly transpired. Like
exactly.
Like that. I was talking to my mom about it because she a big Browns fan. I was like, I just hope, like, if he do go through and play, like, Miles, you tell your defensive guys, like, the coaching staff, y'all got to win this for him. Y'all brothers, whatever he went through with it is here now. Like, y'all got to go through this as brothers. That's y'all brother. Y'all got to make sure y'all come out there with a win.
Do the Browns put up 50?
No.
I don't doubt it, but I doubt it, but I hope.
I say they put up probably anywhere between 48 and 49.
Oh, wow.
Then they might as well put up 50. See, this one I say.
I can't agree with you, bro. I can't.
Be quiet, TJ.
It goes against everything I believe in my soul. I can't agree with you.
But here's the reason. The real reason why they won't. It actually has more to do with Lovie Smith and the defense than it does, because offensively they're like Iowa. They're just terrible, and so I think they've even made a change at the quarterback position now. They only have the solid running back Pierce, but it's more so Lovie has the defense at least keeping them competitive, and that's how they've been able to at least stay in games when they really have no business doing so.
Hey, well, I'll tell you what, that team up north just put up 45 on the number 2 ranked team that went in there and looked like they laid the number 2. Nobody expected that.
Well, now wait a minute.
Ain't no waiting no minutes. Ain't no waiting no minutes. I'm a Kane fan.
I can't even let you do it, Double J.
Ain't nobody expect that.
Hey, we can say, all right, they could have won, but that looked crazy.
Yeah, they did. Nobody expect
what do you
that.
mean? They hit a couple big plays, right? This is something I've read.
A couple.
And then at the end of the game,
they put up
sold
over
out
16,000 yards in one game.
I'm only making a case here that
if you put up 45 points on Ohio State in Ohio State's building, you can do more than a couple big plays. Don't minimize it. That sounds like a Boilermaker. Come on now. I'm a Kane fan. I'm relishing in this moment.
I still hope they're riding that all-time high because they haven't played anybody in Remember, it's in Indianapolis. It's an hour from West Lafayette. Let's go. Come on.
That whole they ain't played nobody. It continues.
Okay, so here's the question for you guys. This weekend, of the top 4, if Michigan is the only one to somehow lose their conference championship,
they're out. They're out.
No. Wait.
Gully, hold on. He's saying that because he's a Purdue Boiler man.
I know that. I know who I'm talking to. I know. He couldn't even let me finish the sentence. I'm saying because the question is, all right, if Michigan is the only team that loses, does Ohio State get back in the top 4?
Where they got them at?
They're currently 5th.
Oh yeah, somebody losing. We back, baby.
No. But understand what I'm saying. If Michigan is the only team to lose, let's say Georgia, USC,
and TCU all win.
If they all win, but Michigan loses, does Ohio State get back in the top 4?
Yes.
Well, here's the interesting
why.
Thing.
Yeah, how?
Hold on, Gully. Hold on. No, hold on, Double J. I want him to. Why?
All right.
Okay, all right. Hold on. Let me respond. All right, I just need to know this, y'all, because I didn't know that we is 5th. All right, so I need to know the order of the top. Is Georgia number 1?
Georgia 1, Michigan 2, TCU 3, USC 4.
Oh, that's why you saying that, because they number 2. You think they don't go out of the top? You think they don't go out of the top team, top 4, right?
No, I'm just saying. I think they do, but does that bring Ohio State back?
Okay, well,
because all right, I'll put it like this.
That got to do with number 6. Who's number 6 and who's number 7?
Alabama is number 6.
Oh no! Do they play?
No, they're not in the SEC championship. And
nope.
That's going to make this very, very interesting.
Number 7 is LSU, who plays in the championship.
There's going to be a case made that LSU.
Mrs. Alba's weighing in again. Mrs. Alba, I cannot believe I'm going to say this. Lord, forgive me, boiler up. Oh, no.
That's right.
Mrs. Alba, no.
Hey, Doug, what up? Hey, tell Doug I said what up.
Doug, what is it,
Doug, yeah,
it's all
Doug.
good. Yes, we here. We live. Yes, we live. It's all to the GO. Oh, Doug, we got to revisit something right quick while you're in there. But I want
please
TJ
do.
I want TJ.
Hey, starting with your starting lineup.
No, absolutely. I will not shame myself on public national television ever again in front of y'all. That will never happen again.
Who? Bradley Beal?
Yeah. Nah,
I said John Morant, Bradley Beal, Kawhi Leonard, Zion, and AD.
That team is trash.
Dang, Rick.
Right
I thought you was on my side, man.
Not that team, man.
Doug, don't kill me, man. Don't no.
I like
Tell the truth.
You talking about a starting 5?
Yeah, starting 5. But let me give you who
he's gonna be playing with his African team.
No, this is an international versus the international.
Yeah, let me give you who Giannis. Let me give you right quick who Giannis said.
Now,
Giannis said
at one spot, but go ahead.
Giannis said Luka at the point, Fournier at the shooting guard, him Giannis at the small forward, Joker at power forward, and Embiid at center.
Oh shit, man, I can hardly hear you, James. Say that again.
He said Luka at the point, Fournier at the 2, Giannis at the 3, Joker at the 4, and Embiid at the 5.
Who said Fournier?
Look,
Giannis.
Giannis said that, bro. He forgot about Wiggins and he forgot about Siakam.
Yeah. And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
And Shea.
Thank you.
Yeah, from Canada too. Yeah, he forgot about him.
No,
Siakam. Fournier's done.
He don't even get in.
He picked a matchup on the Knicks. He picked a matchup that Giannis picked the 5 that his international could beat. You understand what I'm saying? He pigeonholed the argument. He picked the 5 that plays the way he thinks he plays because he thinks the international game probably is superior. So he picked the 5 players that game probably translates internationally. He picked a lot of he knew he could beat.
Okay.
Because I don't know how you don't put KD and LeBron first of all on the same team.
Yeah.
No.
He ain't tell you.
No,
tell him Giannis picked Tell me who Giannis picked for America.
Yeah, Giannis picked the USA starting 5 too.
Trash starting 5.
He picked. he picked. No, it ain't. No, it ain't a trash. It's a trash starting 5. He picked Steph, Clay, Bron, Durant, and Bam.
Oh, you ain't tell me that.
Oh, my bad. He did pick LeBron and Durant.
He did. I said he picked Steph, Clay. I read it the same. Man, don't tell me I ain't tell you that.
Hey, Clay not making
Clay is Evan Fournier. I'm sorry.
Clay, right?
Clay
ain't
not making it this year. He can't play this year. I'm sorry. And Bam ain't making it either, bro. AD is playing.
Bam Adebayo is a dog.
He's not making it over AD.
AD stay hurt, man.
We talking about all who playing good right now.
Is he even gonna be healthy to play?
Bam hurt right now.
No, Bam ain't hurt.
Oh, Bam not going over AD, bro. And I don't
look at
like
it. Look at him. Hey, he had to stand up on the bench right there because he only 4'11". He had to stand up on the bench in the locker room to try to make his point. And I said, man, have a seat, man. Have a seat.
No, you have a seat putting Bradley Beal on your starting line.
Yeah, I put and now look at him. Look at him. He over there.
Jokic, Embiid, and Doncic, and Giannis on the squad. That's crazy.
Okay, but from a defensive perspective,
they still good.
Yeah, Lucas doesn't have D.
Joker don't either.
Yeah, Jokic is yeah.
But who playing power forward for us?
Zion.
Man, he gonna chew Zion a little butt up, bro.
But that's who you picked in your lineup.
Wait a minute, little.
That's who you picked in your lineup.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Guess what? Remember that game last year against Milwaukee? Zion, when the Pelicans played Milwaukee, Zion was giving Giannis the business.
Man, fix your glasses. We don't remember that.
Well, you picked Zion in your lineup.
I know.
You made me pick a lineup. I already told you international is better right now.
I said pick a USA lineup. You could
No.
Yeah, you could have picked anybody. This is what I'm talking about. Hey, bartender, I'll have what he's having, TJ, and make mine a double.
Man, you off your rocking chair right now, bro. Sit back.
Man,
down.
you off your rocky chair. Man, go ahead on, man. Cut me in and cut yourself out. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, I was born.
Hey, that's the first letter in the alphabet. We all know A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We know you can't see. Your eyes are squinty.
I was born.
Come on, Knuckles.
Not last night.
Hey, stop stealing my lines, man.
You stole it from Martin. You stole it from Martin.
Yeah, okay. Anyway. Okay, so going right back to the college football, so we get out of here with our last topic of the day. College football, right quick. How in the world will the Ohio State get back in?
Hey, anybody lose, they're back in. Only person
except for Michigan.
Number one can lose, they probably still stay in there. Georgia.
Okay, so
no. Here's what's going to likely happen. This is going to cause a big issue.
Hold on, Double J, because before you go, I already know where you're going. I think I do. That year, Penn State beat Ohio State. How did they not end up in the national championship or in the college football playoff?
By virtue of beating Ohio State and playing in the Big Ten championship, I think it was their strength of schedule or the number of games played did something with the numbers. So Ohio State benefited more by losing to Penn State than Penn State. And that's how they got in.
Because Penn State played in the Big Ten championship that year.
And it was because they ended up playing that year. Yes, and because Penn State ended up playing in that game, the number of games that they played affected their balance. It dropped their score lower. Penn State.
That's what I'm saying. The committee know what they're doing, man. That's why I say don't miss me with the rankings and all that kind of stuff. Because at the end of the day, man, it's who they think the sexiest pick is, who gonna bring the most, because they know Ohio State fans travel well.
Well, I'm going to tell you
bring in the most money.
I'm going to tell you this from the eyes of the SEC, because I was listening to the Paul Feinbaum and the SEC Network, and they flat out said that Ohio State's strength of schedule in comparison to Alabama's was not even close. It was lopsided. And if you were to put Alabama into the Big Ten East, that not only would they have throttled everyone else, but they've loved their chances of Michigan going into Tuscaloosa and absolutely not losing that game. So they're viewing it that, and this is where I'm going with it, ultimately, that if Georgia were to lose to LSU, who is 7, with 6 and 5 being idled, this is where you could make the case that LSU would find their way in by virtue of leapfrogging the 2 idling teams.
Yeah, they made a mistake.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes sense because LSU did jump to So the committee knew what they was doing. They got this fail safe in place. LSU all of a sudden is 7th.
Exactly. Where was LSU at beforehand?
I'll put it like this: they were so far away, you wouldn't imagine them to be 7th this week.
Okay, so the updated playoff rankings, whatever it is, playoff scenario it's been updated, right?
Yes.
Okay, so TCU is at 4.
No, USC is at 4.
Who they play?
They got Utah, who beat them already this year.
Oh, yeah, we got a good chance, baby. We back in it.
Ohio State is done. They don't have no more games to play.
I don't
right,
care.
but remember, if it's a loss though, like if Utah knocks out the number 14, Utah not going to jump in there. I know Utah is highly ranked now, but Utah not going to get nowhere near it. So if Utah beats them,
will be back in there because they got
State would probably be back in there.
And you know what? They'll be back in at 4.
Yeah, for sure. And then they'd have to meet Georgia first.
And they had to go against Georgia and would get throttled.
That's what we want anyway.
Now, what the committee should have did if they wanted to avoid this, because obviously the committee still likes Alabama.
Smell like it's burning.
Yeah, smell like it's burning. Yeah.
That's some iPhones, huh?
Yeah.
That's some iPhones for you, right?
No, that ain't the iPhone. It's the batteries. To get them batteries
All
from
right,
Walmart.
Peace out.
Yeah, holla back at your boy.
All right, Malik Newman.
Holla back, Malik Newman. Yeah, let's get him out of here. All right, what you say, Gully?
Yeah, I think the committee, they probably would have done themselves a better service by offending the entire rest of the world and putting ranking Alabama ahead of Ohio State.
They really could have. Gully, I agree. I think, especially given the margin of loss that you guys have highlighted, would have allowed for it.
Yeah, even though Alabama's got 2 losses.
Can you imagine? That would be what, 3 SEC teams in or 2?
Georgia
or Alabama.
It would. Yeah.
What about if? No, okay, with LSU. Well, LSU would have to beat Georgia, right, in the SEC championship.
Yeah, if LSU beats Georgia, they're 7th now. If LSU beats Georgia, you got the dominance of Georgia's schedule favoring quite well with LSU's overall, even though they got 3 losses. If they beat them, first of all, how do you knock Georgia out of the playoff? Because they're losing because remember, just like while Ohio State is number 3, if we talk about wins or losses, if Georgia were to lose, Georgia would be losing against the toughest opponent this week, comparatively speaking.
Okay.
Well, not necessarily, because
yes, ranking wise.
No, in comparison, because USC's at 4, and Utah's at 11.
Yeah,
but LSU is at 7. He's talking about the opponents that the 4 face. TCU is playing Kansas State, right?
Hang on, I got it. Well,
Rick, what you know about
this?
Did
they not announce it yet? Because week 13, I have LSU at 14 at 9-3.
No, they announced it.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I asked. Was it updated? Rick, I know you want to see the Buckeyes back in it, man, but not this year. Absolutely not.
Put Double J at quarterback.
No, over CJ Stroud, absolutely.
Hang on a second. I will say this: if there's a team that, first and foremost, let me formally say we welcome all support from the Ohio State, Michigan State, and other playoff team fan bases for this particular game.
Absolutely not.
So
Go blue.
Go
blue.
And
go blue.
No, that fan base is obnoxious.
No, I don't care about the fan base. I'm saying all Hurricane supporters from down south. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. My man Ibis, we coming up north to support the team up north. NORF North. You understand what I'm saying to you? Absolutely. Go blue. I speak for all Cane Nation right now, baby.
I will also say this. Purdue is unranked as it stands currently based on what you guys have said. So there is one team that leads the entire nation in top 5 wins again while being unranked.
Miss Alva weighing in, she said,
Clemson. You think historically, Double J?
Yeah, historically, but in the last 2 years, they have.
It's Purdue.
Yeah, it is. So if there were a team that is capable, you're very much looking at them, and they're playing an hour away from their
that's
campus.
when first off, let me tell you, I know what the history says, but unfortunately for Purdue Boilermakers, number 2 reasons. One, that won't happen. One, the train is broken. 2, George Karlaftis is not walking through that door. I'm just letting you know that right now.
I know. I hate to say it, unfortunately.
Yeah, Karlaftis is balling out for the Chiefs, and they will win another Super Bowl. Anyway, let me ask Gully and Rick. Let me ask you all these questions right quick. But to Miss Alva, let me. You don't understand, Miss Alva. This disdain for Buckeyes football goes back quite a ways. I'm a Canes fan, been one since 1981. Probably before.
It goes back to 2002.
It's the phantom pass interference call. That if you got to be honest, it was a phantom call. Now,
of course, everybody had already went home. Nobody in the stands, and then all of a sudden, here comes this yellow laundry.
As tough as Ohio State actually played against Miami that game, that still was a call that, like, how on earth?
Yeah, but you can't tell Ohio State fans that. So, Miss Alva, this goes back quite a way since that 2002 national championship. I will give what's my man, the running back that year? Because he really won the game for you. Claret. Yeah, Claret single-handedly won the game for y'all. He balled out. But anyway.
Yeah, that dude recovered a fumble off of an interception.
Yeah, and he snatched the ball away from Willis McGahee. Anyway, Miss Alva said again, she said, sir, that's what I said last year, sitting in front row, and the train came through, and my husband rushed the field and left me in the dust. Wow. Really, Double J? Really? You left the missus? Really? Who are they playing? Exactly. That's what I say, Rick. Unbelievable.
No, I'm laughing at Double J like, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said unbelievable. He gonna sit here and agree to. I mean, are you really? Yeah, couch detail for you tonight, pal. Anywho, the train is broken. We're not going for that this year. This dang for Ohio State football goes back to 2002, and I got to keep hearing for 20-some years now about when they beat us and that yellow flag. I thought it was a pair of underwear with skid marks in it. I'm trying to tell you. That's how late that flag came. But it's all good. Go blue. And I hope for all my old State fans watching right now, go blue. That's right. BSJ from Cane North.
Unbelievable.
Cane up north. Yeah. I mean, my goodness. What's Ohio State's record every time they get in the college football playoff? Exactly.
When the last time Miami did something?
Well, they did make history. They were one of 3 teams to start ranked to not even make a bowl.
See, this is what I'm talking about right here. Okay, we're going to get to our last segment, portion of the P program today. And that is soccer news. That was going to be number 2, but I figured we'd do the Giannis thing. That was a little bit more palatable, more interesting, more entertaining. This last one, unfortunately, is a very, very sad story. Rick, I'm glad you stayed with us long enough, man. I know you got to get up and do things tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, I'll see you there tomorrow. But this last story is a sad one. Do you all know who Katie Meyer is? I'm sure you do, Double J. Yeah, she was the star soccer player, actually, soccer goalie for Stanford University. Gully, you know who she is? Hello? Oh, he got his mic muted. But anyway.
I'm with you. It's not coming to mind right now, but fill me in.
All right, let me read this article to you all right quick, and then I'll let you all weigh in, and then we can go and get out of here, and everybody can get some sleep because my bunny slippers are just came out the dryer. And they kind of warm, so I kind of want to put them on while they still warm. Anywho, the parents of Katie Meyer, a star soccer goalie who died by suicide last spring, filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Stanford on Wednesday. I guess it was this past Wednesday. At the time of her death, Meyer, 21, was facing disciplinary action for allegedly spilling coffee on a Stanford football player who was accused of sexually assaulting a female soccer player. Meyer's father said his daughter was defending that teammate who was a minor at the time. The lawsuit states that on the night of her death, Stanford negligently and recklessly sent her the formal disciplinary notice that contained threatening language regarding sanctions and potential removal from the university. On the night of February 28th, Meyer FaceTimed her parents and two sisters from her dorm room at Stanford, excuse me, and was in a good mood, according to her mom. They were coordinating her plans for spring break, which included a stop home in Southern California before a few days in Mexico with friends. However, her parents say that later that evening, Meyer received the 6-page email from Stanford informing her of a disciplinary hearing. The next day, Meyer was found dead in her dorm room, where she lived as a resident advisor. An autopsy performed March 3rd confirmed the manner of death was from suicide. Stanford's after-hours disciplinary charge and the reckless nature and manner of submission to Katie caused Katie to suffer an acute stress reaction that impulsively led to her suicide, the lawsuit states. Katie's suicide was completed without planning and solely in response to the shocking and deeply distressing information she received from Stanford while alone in her room without any support or resources. In a statement to several media outlets, Stanford spokesperson D. Mostofi, Mostofi, rebutted the lawsuit's claims, saying, "The Stanford community continues to grieve Katie's tragic death, and we sympathize with her family for the unimaginable pain that Katie's passing has caused them. However, we strongly disagree with any assertion, that the university is responsible for her death. While we have not yet seen the formal complaint brought by the Meyer family, we are aware of some of the allegations made in the filing, which are false and misleading." A senior studying international relations and history, Meyer made 2 key saves in a penalty shootout to help Stanford win the national championship in 2019. I didn't know that. She was part of the prestigious 2022 Mayfield Fellows Program, which is geared toward developing students to lead technology ventures, and was awaiting acceptance into Stanford Law School. Gully, your thoughts? Do you think Stanford is responsible for this young lady committing suicide?
No one will ever admit to that. They will never admit to it. But what I would like to know is the current status or what the resolution was against the allegation that drove Miss Meyer to do that to that football player. How far did that that alleged incident go? How far did they handle that? That'll tell you everything.
That's a good question. I don't know. That wasn't in the article that I chose to read here. I'm not sure.
And when it comes to it, man, I can't say, I would never say, could never call somebody weak or a quitter or anything like that for choosing to end their life or end their suffering. But it's really unfortunate that that news of what happened to her, like maybe she didn't recognize her own strength. Knowing who she is or who she was as a person, the way her parents may have described her glowingly and what she was into and what her career goals were.
Exactly.
If she had been able to give herself a few more moments to just take it in without reacting, she would have realized how strong she was. And I think she would have had a much, much different reaction. Unfortunately, she didn't see it that way. And that's the sad part.
Well, look, so as someone who is a part of a team that gives a scholarship, something that we look for is diversity in the sense of not being robotic from because there's a lot of pressure that comes with academic success, specifically, with, I would say it's almost universal.
Yeah, because I don't know about you. I took a statistics class when I was in college. Man, I popped so many Tylenols that year.
And so you listed off a number of earned accolades. Now, imagine being a person who was just told that not only, despite what you've accomplished or in what you believe is around the corner, is all being taken away from you. Because if it says from what I had seen, that her diploma and then the positions that she was in, so everything was going to be yanked, meaning everything she had worked for is now gone. And unfortunately, yes, they were saying they were going to withhold, put her diploma on hold, and positions as a student and an athlete in the school were jeopardized
because she spilled coffee.
But that's kind of, so if we want to talk about an adverse reaction, unfortunately, yeah, this young lady lost her life, but the reaction, that was, again, that same, what is that, Newton's third law, that every action is going to lead to an equal or greater one. And the stance that was taken by the university is really what prompted this. That was the catalyst. You just took everything away from her when she was standing up for someone that likely, which happens with true abusers. And this is why that Watson thing was so frustrating to hear, that they're going to go there and get the limelight and be celebrated, when meanwhile there's real accusers, like real people that have suffered, like that young lady's teammate who, is unknown, unbeknownst to us, who probably didn't get any justice whatsoever. And, for status and other, priorities on behalf of the university. And instead, someone takes it upon themselves.
That was rash. See, even in the article I just read, it didn't say that they were going to take everything from her. Now that's rash.
Exactly.
That's
so
not
you
just a
just
reaction.
said
that's an overreaction.
You said she was awaiting going to not just any law school. She was planning on going to Stanford's law school.
I know, that's a big deal.
You can't get in there without getting your degree first.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have one, you can't naturally get the other. And you no longer care so much about spring break, let alone anything else, because everything you've put, you're talking about years
that you've worked for, because that didn't just start at Stanford. That started in high school.
Exactly.
Or even maybe middle school, even. Who knows?
Because you think of it from an athletic standpoint, that started when you were 5, 6 years old.
Right.
That's now gone. Your name's wiped from their, history books from winning in 2019. So everything you've accomplished is gone. There's not a lot of people with enough mental fortitude to lose it all, willing to get it all back, especially when they felt under these circumstances. This wasn't like, she was some kind of lawbreaker and had to, and kind of got justice, in that respect, and couldn't handle it from their own decisions. This is completely different of that.
I'm wondering, though,
it's difficult.
I mean, yeah, that's. I don't know, man. Do you call your parents? Like, what's your first reaction in that moment? Call my dad, call my mom, my dad, and say, hey, they looked at, because moms and dads probably could have, say, hey, wait, we're on our way, this is, because that's drastic to take everything from her in that instance. I mean, and we're only going off of what we have, the information that we have here, or that I just read, or whatever.
Well, and likely they were going to stick her with a bill too.
Yeah,
so not only were they not going to give it to her, they're going to remove the scholarship. Now you're paying $150,000 and you get nothing from it. You've lost it and some.
Yeah, no. You get an attorney. And I don't. I'm not.
Say that to a 21-year-old. They don't want to sue somebody. They don't want to go through the pain of having to deal with all of that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Now, what's also interesting is David Shaw, who was the head coach of the football team, has since resigned.
Yeah, I saw that the other day. And Miss Alba weighing in again, very important here. According to ABC News, Stanford has a long history of sexual violence and a lack of accountability, and students are concerned. Students are angry, said Amir Dehmani. This came out in October. Okay, see, there we go. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, Stanford, Yeah, they should be hit with a wrongful death suit. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And let this kind of serve, unfortunately, maybe, if there were to kind of be a positive outcome from this, not only do I hope the original victim gets justice, and those that, and those that have taken the negative actions that led to this also get what's due for them. But maybe now there's some policy in her name that prevents, has a new process in how these circumstances are handled. I would say nationally. I would go as far as to say nationally. I don't think this is just a Stanford problem. I think this happens far more commonly than we've seen. That's why I said I'm disgusted by what the Watson celebration thing is. And more importantly, I think kids that are look at the timing too of, when you're doing midterms and or finals, where naturally you see increases in suicides just given that period of time. So there's a lot that can be digested here to suggest that something needs to change, because the pressures that these kids are under, especially, look, as much as you might be Gen X and I might, and myself being a millennial, as you said it, you've experienced what that pressure feels like. I know I have on multiple occasions. And I've unfortunately lost friends that I thought were doing phenomenal, that graduated from Michigan State, was going to University of Detroit Law School, and it took his life. And I don't have an answer as to the why behind that. And so you begin to start understanding that, we've talked about mental health on this program a lot. And again, I think there's a true universal issue that these kids live and die off of the words of the universities that we claim and rep just as hard. That if Purdue were to denounce me, I don't know how I would handle it. And I'm in my mid-30s.
Well, I know how you would handle it. No offense, and not to make light of it, but I know you grabbed Alucia in the background over there.
Compliments to Charles Woodson, by the way.
Yeah, I bet. But I'll say this. No, what I hope comes from this is Stanford and any other university like Stanford, that the accountability or lack thereof is brought to the forefront and much light be shed on it. And we'll get out of here on this last note, this comment from Mrs. Alva. The fact that school won't take accountability while she was sticking up for a teammate, not to mention it was a football player. Let's be honest with each other when we say that no matter what, when it comes to the men's big sports, football, basketball, it doesn't matter. The school will take their word. We've seen this time and time again. The school should take some sort of accountability for their sexual violence. Even when I Googled sexual violence Stanford, more than 3 cases show up.
Wow.
They got a real issue then.
Yeah, they know it's more. It's more than a real issue.
Well, and this is why the resignation of the coach always, again, speaking of Michigan, hail to the victims. Okay, I played alongside one of the victims that was molested by one of the team doctors there. You've seen this happen with Michigan State in the gymnastics program. We have a serious problem. On top of the fact that how these universities in the verbiage that they use and the way that it's processed by a fragile mind is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. Rick, what say you, man? You got any last thoughts before we get out of here? I know you're tired, bro.
Y'all said
pretty much said it all, huh?
Like it's just crazy. Like like they ain't nobody taking accountability for what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if she's sticking up for a teammate. Like, y'all got us. Then, like she said, just looking up sexual misconduct with, like, in colleges.
Accountability,
Stanford, 3 times Stanford was mentioned. Like, that's a huge deal. Like, really.
But you know what, too, man? Her point, Mrs. Alba's point about football players and basketball players, there have been countless stories, not even in regards to sexual violence or whatnot, countless stories about football players, especially depending on the university, like the Ohio States and the Michigans and them, them schools who are always, at the forefront, when the first sports center come on, about them getting a pass. I'm not gonna name no names here, but it was a couple of football players who you know, it's been stories about who some teachers doing their work for them. You know what I mean? So that they could go to practice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Come on now.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Those were the trestle days. Things have changed. They would say.
Yeah. Well, you know, I doubt it. I doubt it. Okay. Yeah. And everybody's all too familiar with what went on at the U.
Well, now wait a minute. Look at Louisville. Look at Louisville with Rick Pitino in the parties that they have for recruits.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, it's all across the board, man. That's why, to your point again about the Deshaun Watson accusers going to the game. Let's make a spectacle of it. Oh, we were so fearful of, but let's make a spectacle of whatever it is that took place. So what does it do for the real victims? Yeah, and on that note, I'll leave you without a quote. It's been fun, but we got to run. We appreciate y'all for listening. Don't forget to check us out every Wednesday now at 9 on the PM side right here on the yard. Or y'all can hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the shop's fan page, and, of course, YouTube. And make sure when you're over at the tube, please hit that subscribe button, the little bell, twinkle-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. We'd be much obliged. And if that don't work, y'all can Google it. For my man's T-Win, D Gully, Double J, RC, the GM, TJ, Mrs. Alva, and all those who follow and support us. I'm Barbershop Jay, and you've been listening to the Shop Report. And remember, the next time y'all want to know what's really going on, man, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome. Holla!